Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be reacting to Canada versus Colombia. The World Cup's around the corner, right? So it was definitely a match that I really wanted to see, right? Colombia, you know, the homeland in Canada is obviously where I live, right? So it was one of those games that I was like, nah man, I just could not wait to see it, right? And I knew it was gonna be a tough game for Canada. Was I expecting the draw? No. Was I expecting Colombia to score no goals? No, I expected at least one or two. Right. That being said, in my books, it's a win for Canada. Right, especially taking on one of the best teams in the world right now. Even though we did have a few players that weren't starting, a few of our best players were not starting. Among one of them, that being James. Okay, well, you need to get off. I'm busy, man. Come on. Go. Okay. Sorry. Um. Anyways, like I was saying, I already know what I was saying, but um, I was not expecting a draw. Like I said, I was not expecting Colombia to play this bad, right? Um, and honestly, I was just also very happy to see that Canada was at least, holding that 0-0, right? They also did not score, right? Colombia and Canada in this game were struggling, right? I think Colombia had a few more chances, right? But Canada needs to work on their finishing. Like, we actually gotta start scoring. Like, the national team, the Canadian national team needs to start scoring. And Colombia needs to figure out a bunch of things with the players that's on their bench. Like, I think a lot of players need to kind of step their game up. Like, when you're playing for the national team, I get it. It's a lot more pressure, especially wearing that jersey. It's a lot more pressure. But like, some of these players on the national team, the Canadian or the Colombian national team, come on and they just do not perform. They underperform, which is terrible, and that's a problem because in a World Cup you want to have a decent bench. You want to have a good bench, so in case somebody gets injured, somebody needs to be subbed off, somebody's on a yellow, you have a player that can do it and perform also like a starting player, right? All that being said, let's get into it. Let's see how this game went. I did watch this game as well. I watched it live when they were playing. But I don't know. I was just like, what is going on? What is going on? How come Colombia cannot score? The Prince of Colombian football, James Rodriguez. I like that. So it's true. It's true. This guy's the GOAT. He wasn't even playing this game, too. Came off the bench. Let's see. Yo, the quality is terrible. Let me. What's going on? Wow. Guess not. I guess this is the quality we get. Yeah, he loses the ball right here. I remember that. You can't be doing that, Rios. Come on. Ooh. Tajon's doing good. This guy needs to keep doing what he's doing. He's going to be quite the little headache for these defenders to be dealing with on the wing. Yeah, that did it touch his? I think it did. Come on. Hit it. Bro, too many touches, guys. Come on, less touches. Yeah, Canada guys needs to figure that out. They're taking too many touches. They got to be a little bit more you know, it's like, yeah, the touches are nice and whatnot, but like sometimes too many touches can cause you problems because like you're giving them too much time to react. You know, you gotta just release the ball, man. Like, come on. Oh, I think this is where he barely misses, right? Yeah. Oof. Nice. Oh, one more. Oh, Asprilla, man. This kid, Asprilla, they need to play him more. They gotta play the kid more. He's good. He's good. James got mad. He was like, yeah, he's asking for the ball right here. He was like, yeah, what are you doing? Let's see. I gotta watch this again out loud. James gets the ball, passes to Rio. James makes the run. James wanted the ball right there, man. Ugh. It's all good. I think this is where they get the offside goal, right? Yeah. Unfortunate, man. It happens, though. He's baffled. Yeah, offside position. He came off it. Yeah. There's no power or anything behind that, man. Come on. Nice. Of course, Borre, like always, can't fucking finish. This guy cannot finish. Borre cannot finish for shit. This guy has been part of Nestor Lorenzo's process for like the past, I don't even know how long, right? But this guy just does not finish. Like versus in the Copa America, oh my God, he was just eating goals, just like missing everything. Like I don't understand why we're still bringing this guy on the national team. He is, in my opinion, he may be a good player for his club team. He may be a good player overall, but for the national team, he's not a player that we should be bringing in. There's so many other players that are better and whatnot. And I know it's not just about scoring goals, but it kind of is. If you're a striker and you're not scoring goals, then what are you? Like what? You know what I mean? So I get it, you know, sometimes you have dry spells, but this guy's been having a dry spell on the national team for ever since he joined up. I don't even know how many goals he has. Like I don't even think he has more than 5, and he's supposed to be a striker for a team. Like that is concerning. That's concerning. Nice. Bro, take the shot. Take the shot right here. Why are you going for another touch? Right there. Nail it, bro. Nail it. I would have gone for the shot. But the touch just fucks him over, right? Takes a touch. It goes too long. The guy gets the ball off his feet. And, yeah, the other guy almost scored, but Borre needs to, like, bro, like, don't take an extra touch in that situation. Bro, I ain't a pro, but, like, I would have went for the shot, you know? What would I have done? Let me see. Cut in, cut the ball in, shoot with your left. Like, come on. Or shoot right when the ball is, like, when the ball was just rolling right towards them. Hold on, let me see this. Right there. Go for the shot. Right there, he should have went for the shot. But it's all good. The thing is, both teams were missing really good players. It's like we didn't start with our best players, and Canada also Canada's missing like a lot of their good defenders. We're missing Alphonso Davies, and we're missing Alistair Johnson as well. So it sucks, but still, like it was still a good game. But like I think Canada with their full team and everything, it would have been a lot scarier for Colombia, especially since Colombia could not convert any of their goals, right? So it's a good match for both teams, like I said, because Canada's testing their ability to play up against world-class teams, and Colombia needs to be playing against these teams that, you know, may not be as talented as them, but can also fucking screw you over essentially, because Canada can give a team work for them, like can give them a run. You know, I'm not saying they're a dark horse in the World Cup. I'm not saying they're the Japan of North America. This Japan is like another team that just loves taking out giants, right? But Canada definitely has the ingredients to make that happen, especially once they get all their players, you know, ready, and their players that are missing are also playing. Like Alphonso Davies would have so much more to the game. Alistair Johnson, so much more. I know we got Richie Larea covering his spot, which he's also cracked, and he did great this game too. But it just goes to show that Canada still has a little bit of work to do, right? Especially in their finishing, and with the problem is, I can't speak right now. Oh my God. The problem is these guys just take too many touches. They gotta try to go more for goal, because they're a team that it feels like once the goals start coming in, that's when they're going to be an actual problem. Because yeah, they touch the ball good, you know, they you know, they're good overall as a team. They work great as a unit, you know, high pressure in opponents' faces and whatnot. But like, all that being said, that's awesome and whatnot. But like, at the end of the day, what wins you a game is putting the ball in the back of the net, right? So if you're not doing that and you're playing good soccer, yeah, people are going to be like, okay, yeah, they're not bad. But if you're not scoring, you're not winning, right? So Canada needs to score a lot more goals, especially versus these good teams. They cannot be giving up chances. They can't be, you know, like sometimes in a soccer game, especially in a World Cup game, you're only going to get so many chances. So the chances that you do get, you got to make sure you are actually converting them, because if not, you're going to lose. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you got to make sure you get that going. And Jesse Marsh is doing good. But right now, I think that's our biggest problem for the national team for Canada. And then our biggest problem for the Colombian national team. These guys gotta make sure we. There's a bunch of players that we gotta look at and be like, do they really deserve to be here, right? For example, Richard Rios. I'm not saying he does not deserve to be on the national team, but he's been playing really bad lately. I know he's still adapting to his team in Europe, and I get that. You know, it takes time and whatnot, but like, I personally think Borré needs to get out of the national team. Richard Rios needs to be benched for a while until he gets his form back, right? So many other little things that need to be changed on a national team as well. Quintero was very quiet, right? He played a all right game. It wasn't really like shining. He was just kind of there doing his job. Asprilla came on and he actually showed some movement on the wing, right? So that was good. Overall, it was a good game. It was a good learning experience for both teams. You know, both teams are, especially Canada, they're super physical, super fast, you know, super in your face. So it was good to see how Colombia would handle them. but both teams gotta actually fucking convert. Like these teams, don't get me started. Like I need to see both these teams actually do good at the World Cup. You know, especially since we're hosting it here in Canada, we gotta see it. In Colombia, mi tierra amada, bro. Like they gotta. They're doing it. I have a feeling. I have a feeling. I'm gonna say this now. Colombia's making it to the finals or semifinals of the World Cup, and it's gonna happen. Watch. They're gonna make it. They're gonna make it to the quarterfinals or semifinals, right? But all that being said, we gotta work on the small things now, because in the World Cup we cannot be losing to teams like this, right? And I'm not trying to say anything bad about the national team of Canada, because I follow these guys like crazy. I love keeping up with all their players. But yeah, as long as they're not in the same groups or they're going up against each other, because if they're going up against each other, I'm like, may the best team win. I would lean more towards Colombia winning, for the simple reason that James is on that team, and James is my favorite player, right? But if Canada did beat Colombia in a World Cup, I can't be mad. I'll be super happy and sad, if that makes sense. Like, I'll be filled with joy, but also with sadness, because it's like, wow. You know what I mean? But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I'm not gonna keep yapping, because if not, I'll just rant. It's already been 16 minutes. So yeah, hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.